What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodshed, and today we are going over a new attack strategy and something every Townhall 17 needs to learn. Let's go ahead and get into the video. That's right, guys. We're here with another attack strategy tutorial video for you guys. What we're going over today is going to be something very similar to the Skybird Hydra that we've been using with the RC dive, but this is a little different. We don't have the RC dive this time. And I know a lot of you guys have probably been looking forward to this or asking about this, thinking about it, right? It's the Yeti Bomb. So it's a sacrifice Yeti blimp, which is very viable at Townhall 17. The amount of damage it does, I'm going to show you guys the army comp really quickly. We're going to rock the same number of dragons and dragon riders that we do in our RC dive. So just 11 dragons, 4 dragon riders, our spells, our siege machine, and our CC is where it starts to mix up a little bit. We're going to run 1 poison spell. We're going to run 2 clones, actually 3 if you count the one we got in our clan castle. You do get another clone spell in the clan castle. We're running 2 freezes. That could be substituted with something else if you prefer a heal spell. I might even see people running Overgrowth. I personally would think that the freeze works a little better, although I might try the Overgrowth now that I'm thinking about it, right? And the Rage spell, right? And then we are running a battle blimp, and our clan castle, you can see, is 3 Yetis, a clone, and then I have a couple random siege machines in there, and the 1 archer is not important at all. But this is a Townhall 17 attack strategy because you need the 54 housing space that you get for the 3 Yetis in the clan castle. Now, without any more yabbering on about it, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. So, attack number 1, and you'll notice the theme where these bases where this works the best is that this is a real bunker buster of a strategy, where there's a lot to the core, or there's a lot to a certain section, and the Yeti Bomb actually does just a ton of damage to it. So coming across this one where it's a double invis tower, what we're going to do, like we do with a lot of them, is we're actually going to set down our Archer Queen and use the giant arrow to actually take out and open up both those double invis. What we're going to do is we're going to place our Royal Champion up here. You'll notice I'm actually using one of my dragons to help set a funnel. Originally, when I wanted to do this attack, I wanted to come through here to actually get a hold of this over here. I actually opt to go up towards this way and start to lead everything in there because I do think I'd get more value out of my blimp coming up this way. Getting that, triggering the Giga Bomb, getting a Fire Spitter, getting a Scatter Shot, getting an Air Sweeper. I felt like I was getting a little more value that way. I could be swayed to go the other way now that I'm thinking more about it. Dropping my poison, I'm dropping all 3 of my clones, and you notice I don't stagger them directly on top of each other. I kind of give them some spacing here, here, and here. So there's a chance some spawns in this compartment, or some spawns right here, and some spawns right here. So that entire middle section is completely obliterated. Drop the Rage, and the Yetis go through, and they absolutely obliterate the Town Hall. What makes the Yetis so strong isn't necessarily the pure numbers, although that does help tremendously. Yetis are actually a pretty strong unit still. And it's not even the pure numbers, it's not the Rage. Again, although that does help a lot. In this case, I actually still have a lot of Yetis alive. It's the Yeti Mites that end up doing so much damage. As you can see, right, they're just absolutely obliterating these scatter shots. As they're getting killed, they're just taking out scatter shots, and there's more of them alive. But they're having to figure out where to go. That Inferno Tower, for one, it's half dead. Oh, look, it's gonna die just off of the Yeti Mites. Huge value that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't feel like it should make sense. It does, right? Watching the attack like that. Now you see that, oh man, the attacks are so split. My dragons are split. Oh my god, there should have been a better job funneling, which there should have been, right? I should have used maybe a dragon over on this side. As opposed to just relying on the Archer Queen's giant arrow, but you can see how little defense is left. It just doesn't matter. There's just nothing left to stop me. And so as for the rest of this base, it gets cleaned up exactly as you would anticipate. Absolutely smacked the rest of it. The Yeti Bomb was fantastic and a very nice 3-star. And I'm in the 55-5600 range. And I will be for all of these. So let's go ahead and get into another example. So here's our next attack, and this one's going to be set up kind of similar, but not exactly the same, right? It does have the sweepers over here, Town Hall, it's got the Clan Castle, it's got the Giga Bomb. Also has the Monolith and the new defense that's actually come out. The merger between the Double Cannon and the shorter Archer Tower. I don't remember what it's actually called. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place my Archer Queen in an attempt to actually get these sweepers, and I'm going to miss, which is a damn shame. But then I'm going to use my Royal Champion here, and you'll actually notice I'm still using Electro Boots on her. And the Rocket Spear. The reason for the Electro Boots is for weaker buildings like these over here. Maybe not something like the Hero Hall, but the rest of the stuff over here, the Electro Boots actually do help funnel down a lot of these smaller buildings around here, right? I have, as of the back half of this day, when I've been using this attack more and more and more, I've used it over the past couple days. This past day or so, I've actually been using a dragon to help support the funnel on one side from the Royal Champion. And so while my Archer Queen's over here, she's clearing stuff out, I spam all my dragons in one area. Now, the reason I'm spamming them in this certain scenario right here is because I don't want any of them to target this, because I know this is a tough building, and to start going up this way. I want them all to start going in this way towards that. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put all my heroes down. I'm going to put the blimp, and I'm actually going to get my Archer Queen in the blimp, but I'm going to make sure I get the battle blimp in there, so it gets where I want it to. And as close as it is, the sweeper is going to turn and actually hit it, but it's not going to do a lot. You see, I'm pre-dropping the clones. Clones do not go away quickly. You can put them down and leave them. You don't need to be worried about them. They'll sit around for a minute. So I put them down knowing that my blimp was going to get pushed back, and it didn't matter. I should drop my poison and my rage down there, and you see everything getting cloned. Town Hall's obliterated. Sweepers are gone. Clan Castle's gone. Clan Castle troops are almost gone. Monolith's gone. I did an amazing value there. And so what's left now? Right? So you're like, well, you still have half the base. What are you going to do with the rest of it? But look what half is left, right? I still have so much of my army. I still have my queen. I still have my Royal Champion down here, accompanied by a couple of dragons, not as many, thank God. But I still have the bulk of my army alive up here, because everything was so focused on the Yetis and those Yeti mites, which are still alive, by the way. Some of these Yetis, and they're still spitting Yeti mites. So many of them were just in the middle, right? So I get so much value out of that. The Minion Prince is forced to kind of use his ability up here, or maybe I misaimed it. I don't know which one it was exactly. Royal Champion still going on down here. I do kind of wonder if she would be better suited for the Spirit Fox in this scenario, but sometimes she does die kind of quickly. So I really do prefer the Phoenix on her, but maybe it's something I play with for another day, right? And as you can see, just off the troops I have left, there's just not a whole lot this can do, right? Take out the Scatter Shot, take out the Builder's Hut. A couple of dragons are going to absolutely roll over that Royal Champion. Poison Tower's not going to get its chance to refill, and the rest of this base is more or less done for. So this attack strategy is very well rounded, and it's very kind of foolproof. But I'm going to give you guys one more example. So sometimes you're going to get bases like this, right? Where the Town Hall is very centralized, but he's kind of alone, right? So necessarily in a moment like this, it's not necessarily about getting the Town Hall, although that is a very nice thing to hope for and to want, but that's not going to be something you're going to get all the time, right? So in this one, I do take a little bit of a different approach. What I end up doing down here is I end up trying to use my Archer Queen to get the sweepers. From down here, I probably miss again. I'm going to use a Royal Champion on this side, and I'm going to dump a lot of my dragons over on this side as the raid starts. And I'm actually going to use my blimp towards this section right here to get rid of the Fire Spitter, that tower. I do get one of the Air Sweepers. I missed the second one. But there's so much value right here that it's kind of hard for me to pass up on, right? So I do take a little bit of a gamble, not going directly for the Town Hall. But sometimes it absolutely works, and this is one of those times where there was just so much value in just one spot of the base that I couldn't pass it up. It does help that there is a NATO trap right there in the middle. So NATO trap gets me stuck. I didn't have the time to get it to the middle anyway, so I had already planned on abandoning going for the Town Hall. But as you can see, my Yetis absolutely steamroll that center compartment here. Now the issue here is the funneling. Thankfully my queen was down here, and she did clear this out, so they will start going in towards the base and eventually towards the Town Hall. I do use my Minion Prince ability a little bit on the early side. I would have preferred to use that more facing towards the Town Hall, but I didn't have that option here, so I'm using one of my free spells in the Town Hall. And you can see the Yeti Mites actually starting to close in on the Town Hall, and you can see how many of them, they're just going to work. Not going to get it right away, but that eventually paired with a couple of dragons rotating that way should absolutely knock it out. But let's see what actually ends up doing it, whether it be the dragons or... they're actually all going to be there, but it is going to be... that's actually going to be a combination of the two. You can see how many Yeti Mites are just still left alive. It just does so much damage. I still have my Minion Prince and a handful of dragons, and this was not the best attack in the world by any means. And you can see how well this attack still turned out for me. This is a 3-star machine. You guys need to add this attack to your repertoire. But that's kind of all I got as far as this one goes. If you guys want to see some more attacks like this, when I've gotten a little further into it, maybe perfected it a little bit more, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to show you guys some more stuff. I think this is something every Townhall 7 needs to learn, though. This is absolutely a foolproof attack. High 2-star every time. Right, I don't think I've got less than like an 84% with it since I've started using it, unless I've royally screwed up myself. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, everybody.